It's Thursday, January 3rd. This is Cole from Drivecheck, a Playfight Vanguard podcast. And today we're bringing another episode of Playfight. Hopefully this turns out a lot better. I've recorded like 3 or 4, but either my computer can't actually edit the video or the quality is just super subpar and I'm not happy with it. So hopefully this turns out a lot better. Today we're doing Dark Irregulars versus Nectar. I'm a bit better with Nectar than I was last time I tried to record, so I think it'll look out or turn out a bit better. We're still gonna walk through and kind of talk about the cards and explain my decisions for and my rationale for playing said cards and whatnot, and we're gonna go from there. So to decide who goes first, we'll have Nectar be evens, Dark Irregulars will be odds because they're irregular. Well, it's off camera, but that was a 5 right there. So that means Dark Irregulars will go first. Alright, everything has already been shuffled up and whatnot. Ready to go. Okay, so I have a perfect card, Curse Doc, 2 heal triggers, Demon Eater, grade 3, and then a Werebear Vulgar. So he would be good early game and late game actually. He'll help me build my soul. She'll help me draw cards and build my soul severely. And we'll just put back all my other triggers. So if you're new to Dark Irregulars, drew a crit, Dorian the Thruster, and No Life King Deathhanger. This is actually decent. It's not bad, it's not great, but it's decent. Dark Irregulars like to build up the soul, and the soul is the area underneath the Vanguard circle. And they like to build it up to really large amounts, and then have abilities that get rid of a lot of cards in their soul, like 10 or 13 or whatever, and then they do a lot of stuff with that. So, we're good with that. So yeah, No Life King, Dorian the Thruster, a critical trigger, Werebear Vulgar, and Demon Eater. Alright, let's see what Nectar has now. Nectar gets a Lily of the Valley Musketeer Rebecca, a White Lily Musketeer Cecilia, a Pansy Musketeer Sylvia, a Spiritual Tree Sage Irminsul, and a Mirka. Wow, this is a really good opening hand. I'm not going to put anything back because I can clearly see where I want to go. So, she'll be my ride target because she'll generate, I'll Soul Blast 1 and I'll get a plant token. By the way, Nectar's changed. I'm pretty sure most people know this by now, but in case you're new and you're watching this, Nectar used to call copies, or they like to call a lot of things from the deck. And in the G era, the previous format, they had a lot of cards that would change names and then did things if they all had the same name. They would get a lot of power. I think it was pretty common to get to 50,000 power constantly. I never played Nectar in G format. I always wanted to, but it was very expensive, mainly because of Asha cards and whatnot. Also, it wasn't Grand Blue, so I wasn't interested as much. But yeah, so Mirka will be our grade 1, Sylvia will be our grade 2, and then Cecilia will be our grade 3. So, and then the other cards that we have as well would be great boosters and whatnot, great support. So we're pretty solid then. So Dark Irregulars will go first then. Alright. Dark Irregulars draws. Drew a crit trigger. Not great. So we'll have to ride Dorian the Thruster, which is unfortunate, but don't have anything else. So then we draw a card because of our starter. We draw Werebear Vulgar. And there's nothing else we can do. So we'll pass it to Nectar. Alright. Stand and draw. Draw Corellia Dragon. Okay. So we're going to stick to the plan that we decided on before. So we'll ride that, we'll draw. And now we will, well, we drew another Corolla Dragon. Now we'll Soul Blast to get a plant token. I like to put it behind, just so that means I have a boost as well. I will also play Corolla Dragon, because whenever I call a unit with, due to a card's ability, she gets it gets plus 3,000 power. And Nectar likes to call a lot of plant tokens and stuff from the top of the deck, so that'll be a pretty important booster. I could move it up, but I don't want it to get sniped. Actually, we'll keep it back there. We just won't use it because I don't want it to get attacked. Alright. So we'll attack you for 13. 8 plus 5 is 13 at your Vanguard. I could guard this. I want to save my guarding for Demon Eater though, and I definitely need some counterblast in order to use Werebear Volfulger. There we go. So we're gonna let that go. So drive checks. Alright, first check. I guess only check. Lily of the Valley Musketeer Kaivant, and he'll be pretty good support as well for grade 2s. Also, it's a good thing that I didn't attack because I don't want to get them too many. Like, I didn't move Corolla Dragon up because I don't want to get them too many counterblasts, because they can do a lot with counterblasts. They're a very counterblast heavy deck. So, it's a good idea not to attack it, but I'll just set it down in order to help prepare for next turn. Although it's really weird to me because during the Thruster's power is only 6k, and that would be a pretty easy hit. So it kind of goes against my thought process. So I'm glad that I did it this way. Now damage checks for Dark Irregulars. Alright, damage check. A Prison Beast. Prison Beast would have been the ideal ride target because on ride or on call to Vanguard or Rearguard cycle gets Soul Charge 1, and then he also gets power when I have 5 more cards in my soul, but that's not a big deal. Okay, Dark Irregular's turn, so stand during the Thruster and draw. Perfect. Here's my grade 2 ride target, Werewolf Seeger. So during the turn, if you have 5 more cards in your soul, this unit gets power 5 plus 5,000. And then that's Vanguard and Rearguard, so he's a pretty good. He hits for 14k, so he can hit Forest Clans, which is what Nectar is. His second ability also, when it attacks a Vanguard, Soul Charge 2, but only on the Vanguard circle. Okay. And I kinda, should I play it? Yeah, we'll play one. Werebear Volfulger. We'll get there. Okay, and now we'll move to attacks. So we will attack with Werewolf Seeger. So when he attacks, Soul Charges 2. That's a Vrockalocus, which is excellent because when Vrockalocus is Soul Charged, he gives the Vanguard plus 10k. And then I Soul Charge it during the Thruster, which is alrighty. So it's actually, now the Soul is 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4, unfortunately. But with Vrockalocus, it is 19 at the Vanguard. 19. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot to guard this with, and I wouldn't mind taking some damage up front. So yeah, we'll let that go. So drive checks first. Alright, check. A Ghoulish Despoiler, also a really good grade 3 ride target. We'll get to that later, because I have all 3 of my ride targets right now, and I'm not sure which one to ride. So when that happens next turn, then we'll go from there. Alright, damage check. Critical trigger. So now I'm at 18. Yeah, we'll put it there. That was supposed to be up. I had to reshoot stuff. So yeah, now we'll actually counterblast. Use his ability. Soul Charge. Soul Charge that. Oh, sorry, that was a No Life King Death Anchor, which would be really good in the soul because he'll work off himself. So that's good. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in soul, which means he gets plus 10k, so that's 18 to 18. So same attack power it'll hit. So we'll need to guard that. Neo Nectar will have to guard that unless they want to take the damage. And I will actually take that damage because I don't want to use up a 10k, which is the only thing that I want to guard with right now. So we'll take that damage. It's a Cecilia. Not great. But not the worst. Okay. Neo Nectar's turn. Stand, everybody. Draw. Drew Sylvia. So I will ride one of the Sylvias and will gain a a plant token. I think we'll put it right there. Which means that Corolla gets plus 3. Corolla, sorry. It's plus 3. Okay. Then I will play Spiritual Tree Sage Irminsul. So, on place, if I have 2 or more plant token, grade 0s, they don't have to be plant tokens, but plant tokens are also grade 0s, 5k boost, 1 crit. They technically, tokens do not belong to a clan. They don't have a clan identity. They just have any specific plant tokens. So, for your information, if that's ever relevant. So yeah, we'll counterblast 1. He will draw a card. I drew Maiden of Trailing Rose, which is an excellent card. And then he and basically both units in the same column get 5k. Alright, and then I will play Kaivant. And he gets 5k for every grade 0 that I have. And I have 2, so he gets plus 10k. Alrighty, and now we will move to attack. So we'll attack with the Vanguard first. So it's just 15 at the Vanguard. Actually, we'll do 15 at Werebear. We'll let that go because we have another copy of Werebear in here, so that it's not as big of a deal. And now he'll have to focus on my Vanguard if he wants to actually attack. So, yeah, we'll let that go. Alright, drive checks. Drive check, singular. Critical trigger. Okay, so we'll give everything to... let's give everything to Irminsul. Then we'll have Kaivant attack. Boosted by Corolla Dragon. So it's 20 plus 11, so it's 31 at the Vanguard. 31. I would have to use a lot of cards in my hand to guard, and I have mostly grade 3s, and I would like to take that damage. So yeah, we'll take the damage. Damage check. Another Prisoner Beast. Not what we want to see. Alright, next attack. Oops. So we'll attack with Irminsul, boosted by the plant token. So that's 25, 35 with an extra crit. 35 with an extra crit. I kind of want to take the damage. Yeah, so we'll do that. I'll take it. So first check, Vrockalakis. He is probably the best card in the deck, so it's actually a pretty good thing that he's in the damage zone, and hopefully I'll be able to show you later why. That's it. So it's the first check, and second check, you know that King Death Anchor. Not as big of a deal now that we have one in the soul and one in the hand. So, I mean, it sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright. That's all the attacks that they have. Okay, so we will stand and we will draw. Drew a heal trigger. Great. Alright. I gotta kind of think real quick. So if we play Ghoulish Despoiler on place on the Vanguard circle, counterblast 1, soul charge 2, and return up to 1 grade 2 or less card from my soul to my hand. And I can get quite a few different targets, so that wouldn't be a bad idea. Also, when it attacks a Vanguard, if you have 10 or more cards in your soul, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. And this unit gets plus 10,000 until the end of that battle. Then we also have Demon Eater, who, when my Guardians are retired, they are put into my soul instead of the drop zone. And also, on the Vanguard Air Rearguard, when it attacks, I can Soul Blast 1 and put another Rearguard into my soul, draw a card. Until in the battle, it gets plus 10,000. And then I can Soul Blast 10, and your opponent cannot call Sentinels from his or her hand. That's not mandatory in order to get the first skill, so that's important to keep in mind. So I actually think I'm going to ride Demon Eater because I've taken so much damage and I have quite a few different cards in my hand to throw into my soul in order to guard with. So that I think that would be the better play. Okay. Now, do we call anything? We call Werebear Volverfolger. Werebear Volger. We call him. And I think we just leave it at that. So we'll have Demon Eater attack first. No, wait a tick. Wait a tick. We will not have Demon Eater attack first, unfortunately. We'll have Werebear Volverfolger attack first. So counterblast 1, soul charge 1, soul charge to Vrockalakis, which means she gets plus 10 now. Okay, and then he, will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 cards in my soul, so he gets 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 8 is 22, I believe. Yeah, 22. 22 at the Vanguard. Alright, the good and the bad things about Neo Nectar are the grade 2s do nothing, basically. As they're only on place. There's no recurring grade 2 effect that could happen. So it would not be the end of the world if I decided to put both of them into, what's the term? Intercept with both of them. However, I think we're going to guard. Yeah. Well, all I need to do is put down a critical trigger. Because it's 15, so it's 25 to 22. So the attack would not go through. That rhymed. Okay, so now the Vanguard attack. Alright. Vanguard will attack. We will use her ability. Counterblast 1. Yeah. Put a card into my soul. Draw a rear guard. Or put a rear guard into my soul. Draw a card. And then she gets another 10k. So we'll just do that to show that it's another 10k. Okay. Alright, so that is 32 at... Ooh, we could do the Vanguard. Or we could... If we did the Vanguard, then we give them more counterblasts. Or we can just attack our rear guard and starve them for counterblasts. Which I think will get rid of the big old tree man. Just for lols. So 32 to 10. 32 to 10. I don't even know why I'm thinking about guarding that. He's served his purpose. He can go. Thank you very much, Airman Soul. You did a great job. Okay. So that's all. Oh, sorry, drive checks. Technically, you should stay out then. And then we'll retire you, but yeah, drive checks. Alright, first check. A draw trigger. Power to the Vanguard. Draw a card. Drew during the thruster. Second check. A critical trigger. Everything to Doreen. Okay. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I get a protect gift with her. Lol. We got it there, though. We got the protect marker. Alright, so that's all that we can do. Earman Soul is gone. And it's Neo Nectar's turn now. Alright, so we stand, everybody. And we draw. I drew a Cecilia. Sweet. So we have a choice of two grade 3s to ride. We have Cecilia. So, retire rearguard once per turn, by the way. Retire rearguard. Look at 5 cards on the top of the deck. And then call up the 2. If I had a grade 3, I could call up the 3 instead. And then the front row gets plus 10k. Or, Maiden of Trailing Rose. One place, call up to 2 plant tokens. If this unit is on Vanguard, I get to call up another one. Oh, sorry. I would call one normally on the Vanguard or Rearguard. However, if I'm on the Vanguard, I get to call another one. And then I could Soul Blast 1 and 3 of my plant tokens get plus 5k until the turn. I think we'll go with her. Cecilia would be great. However, I don't really want to use up my counterblast right now, and she's pretty much just free advantage. So we'll do that. So yeah, we'll ride. We'll get a force. I'll put a force right here. These fancy pantsy custom force markers and a custom protect markers as well. The only way you can get them anymore is if you are a member of our Patreon at the $5 or more tier level. You get those. I'll give you 4 of each. Mail them out to you. You also, that's just a one-time thing. Doesn't happen every month. So there's that. So yeah, on place. We get 2 plant tokens. So 1 here. And 1... let's do 1 here. How about that? And we'll retire Kaibont. Okay. Because I called 2 units. She actually gets 6k, 3k for each unit. And we will leave it there. Oh, not going to call anything else, but we'll use Maiden of Trailing Rose's ability. So we'll Soul Blast 1. And then up to 3 of my plant tokens get 5k. Whoops. One there, and there. Okay. So I essentially called a full field and didn't really have to use many cards from my hand, which is why Neo Nectar is so good. Whereas the opposite's true for Dark Irregulars. They have to use up their whole hand constantly, especially with No Life King and Demon Eater. It requires them to gobble up cards on the field into their soul. Okay, so now we will attack with the Vanguard. So that's 13 plus 10. This is also like the first real time that I've played a Force Clan, so it's kind of weird to readjust myself to the different things that Force does. So that's going to be 23 at the Vanguard. Okay, 23. Only have 3 attacks going in. I've got quite a bit of guard shield in my hand, so we'll put down a 20k, so that makes that, how much is that again? 23 is what it was. So that's 32, so that's 1 to pass, And then we'll put that down for no pass. And because I'm on Demon Eater, those 2 cards get put into my soul instead. So drive checks for maiden and failing rows. Alright, first check, a Rebecca. Second check, a critical trigger. Critical trigger will go to this one because it doesn't have anything else on it. Okay, add it to my hand. Alright. So it's 10 plus 6, 16 plus 8 is 24. I think. Yeah, that would be 14%. Yeah, 24. 24 at the Vanguard. Okay. Guard that with a 15. That would go in. Alright, next attack. 10, 20, 35, 2 crit at the Vanguard. 35, 2 crit. Alright. We'll guard that with a perfect card. And we'll pay for it with a protect gift. So the reason that we're doing that, instead of using the protect gift, is this one can actually go into my soul and count for that. Just like that. This would go into my soul, but technically it can't exist in my soul, and then it would go back to the gift zone or wherever. So it would count towards during the thruster, where it counts cards that go into the soul. However, it does not count towards the actual count of the soul. So that's why. Also, as you'll see soon, I get protect markers like crazy, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so we protect that. And that is everything that Neo Nectar can do. Kind of a weaker turn for Neo Nectar, but Neo Nectar is very much still ahead, so there's that. Alright, so stand then, and then we draw. Drew another Demon Eater. Not really what we want. Let's count our soul, see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards in our soul. I've used up a lot of counterblast, unfortunately, and I haven't gotten my Ruthvens out. Oops, in order to recharge, to countercharge. So that's really unfortunate. So I'm really just trying to decide if I want to go No Life King or Ghoulish Despoiler. Ooh. Let me see what grade 2 or less I have in my soul. I could get a perfect card back. I could get a Fracalacus, which would actually be beneficial. No, let's go No Life King. Alright, ride No Life King. Gain a gift marker. Protect gift marker. Call Doreen the Thruster. Call Demon Eater. Call Ghoulish Despoiler. And I'll also call a critical trigger right there. So the reason I did that, well, actually, do I need to do that? Yeah, because I want to keep during thruster. Alright, so, whoops. Let's take that back. We'll do this correctly. On place, No Life King Death Anchor. Soul charges 1. And then he gets power plus 2k for every card in my soul at that time. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 cards in my soul. Okay, so that means he gets plus 28. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Let's do 2, 6, plus 2. I hope you guys can understand that's plus 28. Okay, now we'll play Demon Eater, Ghoulish Despoiler, and a Werelux Gift Freezer. I've never actually read that card. I just saw they use a crit trigger. Wow, that is difficult to read. Anyway. Okay. So now we'll have... Let's do Demon Eater, actually. Attack, boosted by that. So that's 17 at the Vanguard. I could use her ability on the rearguard circle if I wanted to. However, I would use it my counterblast, and I want to save that for No Life King. So it's going to be 17 at the Vanguard. And we're attacking Vanguard now because we're kind of back against the wall right now. And we need to try to gain ground again. So yeah, 17 at the Vanguard. 17. Let's guard that with a... Ooh, I could do that. Or... Yeah, we'll guard that with a 10k. Okay. Next attack. We'll have Ghoulish Despoiler attack the rearguard, or the plant token on the force marker. Alright. Because I'm Neo Nectar and I just generate tokens like crazy, there's no real point in keeping that. So that's fine. I'll allow that to go. So plant tokens go back to wherever they came from. They are not part of your drop zone. Although, because I play a lot of Grand Blue, I kind of forget. And just my automatic reaction is to put into the drop zone. But no, they go back to wherever they came from. Okay, next attack. So, we will attack with No Life King Death Anchor. We will not boost with Guardian the Thruster. And the reason that I attacked with my rearguards first is because his ability is, at the end of the battle that it attacked, if you have 13 or more cards in your soul, Soul Blast or Counterblast 1, put a card from your hand into your, and 3 rearguards into your soul, write a card from your soul as stand, and that unit gets +1 until end of turn. A critical +1. So, basically, we will attack for just a measly little, it's 28 plus 12, that's 40, 40 at the Vanguard, Twin Drive. 40 is a big number. I don't have a, I could guard it, but it would use a lot of my cards from my hand. However, because I have Cecilia, I can call from the top of the deck. I can call up to 3 cards from the top of my deck, so it's not a bad idea necessarily to do that. However, I'm more worried about the next attack coming through because he's going to restand. So we'll let that go. It's only 1 crit right now. He can't kill me, and I can use the counterblast, so yeah, we'll let that go. Alright, first check. No Life King Death Anchor. Second check. Demon Eater. Okay. That's not the best. So we will gobble up these 3. And we will put a card from my hand into my soul. Let us choose No Life King. No, we'll put Demon Eater in, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Demon Eater will go in, and then I will use another No Life King. We'll write that on top. That stood. So, during the thruster's wording is whenever a card is put into the soul. It does not say soul charged. So, she gets actually plus 20. I guess we could just do plus 20 like that. Or maybe it'd be better if I did this. She got plus 20 because she got 1, 2, 3 cards that went into the soul, plus a card from my hand. Ooh, actually, plus when I first wrote him. So she actually gets another one. Forgot about that. Also, that had to be counterblasted, but we're good. We're there. And his ability, when he's ridden, first off, protect gift marker. And then I soul charge 1, and then he counts up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 plus 2 is a really big number. She also gets, that'll just become another 10. 19 plus 2, it's 38, I think. Yeah, 38. 38 plus 12, 50. Plus 50. So we'll just do plus 5 right here. That'll work. And he also got a crit. But damage check first. Forgot to do that. Yeah, damage check. Damage check is a draw trigger. So power to the Vanguard, not that it does not that it does a lot. And I drew a grade 1, so that's 10k shield that we can use, hopefully. Right. So I guess Dark Irregulars attack. Okay, here we go. 50 plus 36, so that's 86 to crit at the Vanguard, and there's no way that they can guard that unless they have a perfect guard, which I do not have a perfect guard. So we're gonna have to take that and hope that we don't get crit sacked and we can at least get a heal or something. Okay, drive checks then. Yeah. So what's also important is that No Life King doesn't lose drive checks. It's still drive checks, and you get a gift marker. So you get 2 gift markers the turn that you use him, and technically you also get 4 drive checks. So that's an extra 4 cards in your hand. So it's really potent. First check, critical trigger, everything. Draw trigger, everything, and draw a card. It doesn't really matter right now, but that's 3 damage right there. If Nectar doesn't heal, the game is over. Alright, first check. A critical trigger. Power to the Vanguard. This is another one. Second check. Tomato. Third check. Draw trigger. Power and draw. I drew a critical. Wow, I didn't see a single heal that entire game. Or did I? Yeah, no, didn't see a single heal that entire game. Future Cole input here. Probably going to cut out all the other stuff that I had said beforehand in the ending and replace it with this. Before How Kind of You Motorcycle. With No Life King Death Anchors on his first attack, I should have guarded that more as Nectar. Because it was 40k, which it's a lot, but it's manageable. It's a lot better than 86 or whatever it ended up being. It's a lot more manageable to guard that. But theoretically, I would have hit a heal trigger at least once in there. Doesn't always happen. There's a chance. And that never happened for me. So I shouldn't have been banking on that heal trigger there. I probably had enough cards in my hand to guard. At least enough shield value in my hand to guard. So I should have just guarded that first attack. Kind of probably chanced it with the trigger. Because if at that point I've pretty much used all cards in my hand. Or all of the shield in my hand at least. That might have actually changed the game. I didn't do that in the when it actually happened, like during the game. I didn't do that because I didn't think about how big it was going to get. I totally forgot about how it gets power based on every card in the soul when it's ridden. And I also didn't think about during the thruster was also getting a bunch of power. Totally slipped my mind. So that would have made a pretty big difference had I thought ahead about that. The game also wasn't the best showcase for either clans. Dark Irregulars, sure, it did some stuff, but I didn't really get to show off Ghoulish Despoiler, who's pretty solid, or Ruthven, the whole Ruthven and Rockalakis combo. That never actually got to show. In all retrospect, it was a pretty quick game. So expect a game 2, or if not a game 2, but definitely a game where I play one of the two clans again, because they're both fun in their own regards. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're going to leave this one. If you want to like this video, comment, give suggestions on what else or what other clans you want to see, that'd be great. I don't have everything. I'm working very slowly on getting everything, but it's need a little bit of change. I need money for it, basically. So it's very slow build, but I'm building up my collection. Yeah. So, from what I have right now, I have Grand Blue, I have Dark Irregulars, Murakumo, Neo Nectar, Angel Feather. I'm getting Genesis. I'm also planning on getting Gear Chronicle. Debating on who's it's Great Nature. I'm getting Nubatama as well, because Nubatama just looks really sweet. I have golds. Golds are already ordered except for Ezels. I don't have Ezels on those. And what else do I have? Link Joker, obviously that's gonna come, because Will's pretty big on Link Joker, and I want to learn how to beat Link Joker, so I'm gonna play Link Joker. Don't tell him. Yeah, if any of those that are already out, let me know, and I will try for next week for that to be the video. That's about all I got. Listen to our podcast, subscribe to our Patreon, all that kind of jazz. And I will see y'all next week, hopefully. We'll see, though.